Welcome one and all to Funky Town, Texas. We are in the stockyards here to see the Fort Worth Toros defend their home against the invading Washington Trident. That may be landlocked, but they've managed to find their way inland. The 7-1 Trident lead the league in what is the most miraculous turnaround in a single season from this franchise, who has already tied their high watermark in wins, historically at 7 already. Fort Worth at 4-4 is having their own experience. I am Alex West, and with me in the booth is Eddie Gage. Eddie, what are you expecting from tonight's contest?
SFL Nation, what up, dude? Forget about expecting. I talked to both these coaches prior to the game, and they both had similar game plans. Fort Worth, they plan on running the ball, trying to control the clock, keeping the ball away from that tremendous defense that Washington's put on display this season. Washington, on the other hand, they just plan on playing mistake-free football and taking care of matters themselves. Let's see, Alex, whose game plan has the most effect here.
Let's see indeed. One of the things to note is how many turnovers both teams have, and they both are limiting it offensively, but a few more for the Trident. Hand is up. Fort Worth will be receiving, and away we go. You are not going to need to go anywhere for our next hour and a half, so buckle in tight and get ready for a good one. Out to the 25-yard line, 27 is where it'll get to. Let's introduce Fort Worth's offense, led by quarterback Eric Price in his first season with the team, the former River Hog. Halfbacks are Jet Zero and Jay-Z Bacon, along with fullback Aaron Alexander. Receivers are Henry McGee, Cade Stevens, Stephen Hacker. Tight ends Robert Garrett Jr. and James Jennings round out the pass catchers. O-line is tackles Duke LaRue, Emilio Panda, and guards Jaleel LaRue and Frank Burks. Price under center, looking to work out of the ace. He's got one receiver to either side, a couple of tight ends on the right side of this formation. Trident answering in a 4-3. It'll be a handoff to the right side for Zero, who looks to break a tackle but get pushed back after only 3 yards.
Yeah, talking to Fort Worth just prior to the game, their coaching staff, they believe in this running game. They believe they can take advantage of things that Washington's put on display despite the tremendous defensive performance they put on this season.
2nd and 7. Washington loading the strong side, Fort Worth loading the weak, but it's a pass. Price looking left side, finds a wide open man down the sideline. There he goes, Hacker, looking to break a tackle, bounces off but gets brought down. What a big gain.
A big gain indeed, and Washington coming out just packing the paint inside. They get caught expecting to run. It's a pass over the head of the defender, and it was just pitch and catch from that point.
Not only did they throw when it was expecting to be a run, they also went left when the Washington was gambling right. Now the field is basically flipped as they're on the 26-yard line. Handoff up the gut, goes nowhere. Only 1 yard gain by Zero on that one. And tremendous stop in the middle by the big body,
TJ Harper. Speaking of flip, they come out with a flip tight triple on that set. 2 tight ends off to his left, but they took tight end 2 out of there and inserted a wide receiver instead.
Getting creative may have cost him on that one. Price looking to throw, goes over the middle, does find his man for a quick 5-yard gain. McGee with the reception on that one.
McGee with his back turned to the defense, is expecting a big hit, but was still able to hold on to the football, going to set up a 3rd down and 4.
And that's what you expect from a guy who just got an All-Star award 2 seasons ago. 3rd and 4 here. They do want to convert, but if they don't convert, they can settle for the points. Man in motion, 2 receivers now on the weak side. And it will be another pass. Price looking over the middle, finds his man again. One-handed grab for Henry McGee, and it's too early to say it, but that was a pretty nice catch.
It was indeed one-handed, and they catch Washington that time. Peeking in the backfield, they come out with a robber defense, got the safety sitting up over the top inside the box. Ball goes over his head for a 1st down.
Making it flying through the air with the greatest of ease, not afraid of the hit that's coming when he's coming down to the ground. That sets up 1st and goal for the Toros, moving right along like they're riding Molly the train car. Handoff to the right side, Zero in a little bit of space, not able to make the man miss though. That's a Oklahoma drill that he lost.
Nicholas Warner with a touchdown saving tackle. If he misses that tackle, it's a touchdown, Fort Worth.
No question about that one. That's the second tackle we've seen Big 44 make. That inside linebacker, 15-year veteran, making his presence felt early. Hacker
wing
going
Joker.
wide. I formation to the right side, running for, oh my goodness, in space, but he spins when there's no one, and that maybe cost a touchdown. J.Z. Bacon losing his momentum, trying to spin around Casper the Ghost.
Yeah.
Third and goal from the half-yard line. Goal line v. goal line. It's trench warfare time. Up the gut. Boom! Touchdown, Fort Worth. Rumbling up the gut. 0 seals the deal. And what we see here on this play is just a solid run up the gut, off the center, and there's just too much push from the Fort Worth punt group. Get through. Now with the point after attempt going up, Fort Worth will take the lead by a solid 7, and it's a commanding drive that 8 plays 73 yards, and it's something that gives the home crowd a lot of life. And it didn't even look like it was particularly difficult. This Trident defense does have the most passing yards allowed per game, but that can be a noise stat. The rushing yards per game, however, they're among the league's best, so to see a run like that is a bit shocking. Good return here from Sutherland, who brings out to 33. Let's introduce this Washington Trident offense real quick. Quarterback Tommy Utah under center, along with halfbacks Shane Kaufman, Christopher Dean, and fullback Julian Gusters. Receivers are King Alexander, Johan Sutherland, who we just saw in that return, Terrell Cooper, and Phil Koss. Sole tight end is Azami Mihata. O-line is Robert Thump, Scott Pancake, Bill and Phil McMillan, Charles Michael, and Dakota Butts. Split formation with 3 receivers, so it's a spread. Handoff up the gut. Toros not fooled at all. They swarm to the football and make sure that there is no gain at all for Dean on the first carry he sees.
Yeah, talking to Fort Worth's coaching staff, they made it a priority to pay a lot of attention to this Washington run game. They feel if they make them one-dimensional, they make a lot of things easier on their defense.
Looks like a 4-3 set from Fort Worth, shading to the weak side. Blitz coming on the way, picked up by the Trident. Rolling out, quarterback scrambles across the first down marker, slides Tommy Utah with the legs.
Great job by Tommy Utah. Good decision making there. There was no one open downfield, and with Fort Worth playing man defense and the receivers running all those vertical routes, there was no one once he got past the line of scrimmage that was going to stop him from picking up that first down.
First and 10 again after the easy pickup from Tommy Utah. Now operating out of midfield, 49-yard line to be precise. Sending his receiver in motion from right to left. Fort Worth looking at a nickel front. It'll be a run up the gut, which this time gets across. There's one broken tackle, but no more. But all the same, a quick 5 yards for Christopher Dean.
That's the thing about this Washington run game. They don't have explosive backs that, can get to the end zone, in one big play, but they are very effective with how they do it.
It's body blow after body blow, grinding you down to dust. Both sides smacking the box. It's a blitz coming, and there's absolutely nowhere to go. No escaping the backfield for Shane Kaufman, who is drugged down for a loss.
First, third, and long situation upcoming here for Washington today. Let's see what Fort Worth's plan is to try to limit him, get him off the field.
Coming out of the shotgun, 4 receivers out there. It will be a pass. Utah getting blitzed, pump fakes. He's going to scramble. There's nowhere to go, though. Picked up by the linebackers, and that is a stuffed cold.
Absolutely, and E.K. Vincent playing his last season in a Fort Worth uniform, doing what he can to get his defense off the field.
And he will get the defense off the field, forcing a punt from Utrecht Rugen. Punter here, fair catch called for. And that will be a pretty decent punt as well, putting Fort Worth inside their own 17-yard line. Let's introduce this Washington defense Defensive line is Rodney Panani and King McNeely, along with tackles Doug Howard and Tina Begin. Linebackers are Nicholas Warner, Kappa Jones, Nathaniel Diggs, TJ Harper. Corners Mark Kaufman, Ryan Cook, John DeSantis, Maxwell Quimby, and the safeties Willie Bands and Albert Begin. Single back, hand off to the right side, jet zero, looking to make a hurdle, but there's just nowhere to go. Too many linebackers in the vicinity. Nicholas Warner smelled that one coming a mile away.
4-4 defense, they call it bear, and with at least 8 guys in the box on those possessions, it's going to make it very hard to run the ball.
So very difficult to run the football whenever there's so many big bodies so close to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 9 here. Stephen Hacker on the line of scrimmage playing tight end. Run to the left side. One broken tackle for J.Z. Bacon, who makes up for a previous lack of showing by getting to the making it 3rd and 3.
And that's how you counter those bear situations. If you want to stack the box like they did, come out and counter it with 2 tight ends on the field and even a playing field.
Spread it out a little bit. Have your own big bodies, but those tight ends can also play misdirection. Run to the left side. All kinds of room. What blocking by the Fort Worth front lineup.
Shout out to Duke LaRue, Emilio Panda, Jaleel LaRue, and Frank Burks as they are putting on a clinic out here in run blocking.
And that was just so much push from the Fort Worth front that you would think that's a whole bunch of herd of cattle out there pushing along a blocking sled. 1st and 10, throwing to the left side when that's an easy completion, 9-yard gains, and the defense is looking to be kept honest. You cannot stack the box, not when Cade Stevens can run nice little hitch routes like that.
Here early on, we're seeing Fort Worth put on the same kind of attack that we saw Ace Fennick do last week with Pittsburgh. Just get the ball out of the quarterback's hands really quickly.
Another bear front from Washington, clearly expecting the run. And why wouldn't you? Look at Fort Worth's big heavy set. 2nd and 1, looks to be a car crash. Run to the weak side. Oh, gets to the edge as Jet Zero will get the 1st down and then more.
Wow, I mean, I know it's still early in the game and both teams are going to make adjustments, but this Fort Worth offensive line is doing a great job of getting their tailbacks to the 2nd level.
Indeed, and this kind of crowd, the home crowd is clearly fired up and behind him. 1st and 10 again against another bear front. I'm seeing a wide receiver again with his hand on the ground as Hacker goes in motion to the right side. It'll be a run up the middle. Looking to get skinny as Bacon, but can only get 2 yards before the corner comes in to close down on that one.
Yeah, that time J.Z. Bacon did not do his offensive line any favors. They did a great job of giving him the run blocking he needed up front, but unfortunately he did not take advantage of it.
Ace with 2 receivers to the right and 1 to the left. 2nd down, looks like a nickel response from Washington, but it's another handoff up the gut for J.Z. Bacon, who gets only about 3.
And that time, again, the offensive line did a great job, but did you see the closing speed on Nathaniel Diggs there? He got there and closed that hole up in a hurry.
It's an incredible twitch response, and it can only be explained by 1, athleticism, and 2, game film. Got another receiver in motion. Fort Worth loving sending receivers in motion to really break down what these coverages are. 3rd and 5. Looking to give Price all kinds of infos. He throws to the right side, deflected. Back-to-back plays. Number 20 getting himself involved. Mark Kaufman stopping this drive in its tracks.
Yeah, that ball like is going to go over his head. But again, another example of closing speed as he read the quarterback's eyes, got back on his horse, and made a play.
Now, from this distance, that's just too far to even think about asking Amelia Rose to go for the field goal. So instead, it'll be a punt, and it will not be fair catch called for. It will be returned for a handful, if that. Now we'll take a moment to introduce the Fort Worth Toros defense. Defensive line is staffed by Jeff Duffy, Jerry D. Gond, and Luther Gond. Linebackers E.K. Vinson, Dexter Jackson. And the corners, Tavius Gordon, Adam Leach, Aiden Davis. Safeties, Ben Stone, Zion Waddles, and Delaney Nash. Coming out in the nickel front to come up against this pro spread front from Washington. Run up the gut. Going nowhere.
The defensive tackles for Fort Worth made that play happen. You won't see on the stat sheet with them getting credit for the tackle, but they pinched down inside and left them nowhere to go.
Dexter Jackson, former Defensive Player of the Year in Season 21, two-time All-Star, making his presence felt again.
Look out.
Blitz coming around the root. Strong tackle shed. Throwing to the right, deflected, back and forth. That play looked like it was going to be a disaster, then a disaster, and all of a sudden the ball falls harmlessly to the turf for 3rd and long.
I give the defensive backs for Fort Worth a ton of credit because I thought they were going to give up on the play. I thought that was a sack, and Tommy Yukon was going to be down his feet, but credit to them for being alert.
Empty backfield, 5 receivers, dime set or empty set, whatever you want to call it, from Fort Worth, looking to play man coverage. Everyone knows it's a pass. It is a pass. Blitz coming, but no, Tommy Utah runs. It gets hit by the linebacker. They say with forward progress he got it. That's a friendly spot. I don't know about that one, Eddie.
It was a friendly spot. It's a bang-bang play, and I thought he was just short. Pass Fort Worth, and there it is, the challenge flag.
There it is. Let's take a retroactive look at the play. Get your console to play SFL on the go at goretroid.com. Going under the hood here, have ourselves a gander.
I've been right about 80% of the time.
80.
Oh, that was a lot closer than I thought it was. I'm not so sure he didn't get it.
80% of the time, it works every time, but with where he fell, the yellow line's a simulation. What does the ref say?
Oh, they overturn it.
Oh, the challenge works. Fort Worth keeps all 3 timeouts, and critically, Washington now has to decide if they want 4th and inches or if they're going to punt it away.
They're going to punt this ball away deep in your own end. You're on the wrong side of the 50, and you don't want to give Fort Worth starting field position.
I hear you, but I'm just so tempted. QB sneak it. Just sneak it. What could go wrong? Just sneak it. Come on. But they will punt it. No fakes, no chicanery. It is away and plenty of opportunity to return. It will be returned. Up the gut. No tackles broken, just met with the shoulder. Stevens goes nowhere. Fort Worth takes over on their own 35. Only 9 seconds left in this first quarter. And so far, Fort Worth has the better of it.
Watch that tackle. They almost took his knees out. They could have torn his ACL. That was kind of dirty there, Alex.
Well, you could say that maybe the Trident are getting a little frustrated with how this game has been going so far. They haven't been able to mount anything offensively. And Fort Worth has been having some success so far. See if they can continue that streak. Washington looking to throw a bare front. Blitz coming. It's a pass that does not connect. Timing route disrupted. Looking for Garrett Jr. on that one. Throw it to the tight end. Doesn't work there.
It doesn't. And when you can catch defenses in man defense or some kind of blitz out of man, that play works great. But when they're in zone coverage, it's a recipe for disaster.
One of those things to play with fire. Similar formations here. Bare front again. Tight ends, and once again, Stevens with his hand on the ground. Run up the gut. All kinds of space for Jet Zero. What an effort we're seeing by this Fort Worth front 5 on these running plays. That'll be your first quarter in the books. Fort Worth up 7-0. Still with football looking to extend their lead. Welcome back once again. Indeed, a fully packed house and everyone on their feet. They've got popcorn, they've got beer, they've got everything they could want. And so far, they've even got a lead. So we have a moment for some maintenance here. The other thing that I'm looking forward to in this second quarter is to see what kind of further adjustments we see offensively by the Toros, because so far we have seen some success with the run, but they are still running straight into the teeth of this Bear defense.
They are, and that's how you want to attack. Anytime someone comes out with a Bear defense, you want to counter that by bringing in additional tight ends on the field to give them something else to think about, and it kind of levels the playing field like I spoke of.
I get it. So we're back in action, 3rd and 4 here to start the second quarter. Man in motion there, going to the weak side of the formation. James Jennings looking to really stack up that weak side, empty out the strong side. And it will be a run up the gut that does not go anywhere. One linebacker couldn't do it, but the second could. Teamwork there by T.J. Harper and by Nicholas Warner, who both met him in the hole, 4th and 1.
J.Z. Bacon had a pulling guard out in front of him, but chose not to follow him, and now he could have the punt.
That really could be one of those things that he regrets in due time. The punt is away, and it will be one broken tackle. Looking for space, but too many Toros in the area. A little bit of glimmer there, but we don't see any true magic there.
Washington's defense holds, and now can their offense take advantage of these continued opportunities that their defense has been giving them and put points on the board?
Both of these teams have scored the exact same number of total points this season. They are tied. So both offenses able to produce in bunches. Quick 3-yard run up the gut for Christopher Dean does keep Washington somewhat on schedule to move the chains.
Both defensive tackles for Fort Worth are putting on a clinic here.
They are, but really it's one thing that's astounding is when you look at Fort Worth's actual roster, they only have one tackle on the roster.
Yes.
And that's Luther Gaunt.
Yep. He's a great one, though.
An absolute menace in the middle. 4-time All-Star. 2 receivers on the right-hand side with this strong pro formation. It will be a run to that right side. All kinds of room. Finally, some gaps open up for this Trident running squad, and that's 3rd and short for the first time today.
This time they ran away from Luther Gaunt and made someone else make a play.
Some success there. Maybe they target that strong side again. 3rd and 2 here. I set. It'll be a pass, though. Tommy Utah looking to the right side. Complete.
Great throw.
What a tight window, and he still fits it into a thermos for Terrell Cooper to come down with that one.
That's one of the better throws I've seen this season. Watch this. Behind the corner, in front of the safety. It doesn't get any tighter than that, and he fits it to a tight window. Wow, that was a great throw by Tommy Utah.
Absolutely wings it in there, too, and it comes down. He has enough zip to get past the corner, but it still comes down where Cooper can just reach up and high point it. He doesn't even have to jump. I set, run to the right side. Dean with some space, shimmies, steps to the side, and picks up 5.
And sometimes that's all it takes is one great play to give this offense some confidence. They found it a moment ago when they ran the ball away from Luther Gaunt. Used that shit up 3rd and short, caught the defense lacking, completed the ball over the corner's head, and now they got something going.
2nd and 5, all kinds of guys on the line. It'll be run up the gut. So much space. The whole field opens up the middle, and Christopher Dean runs for 10.
Single high safety, but the safety who was down in the box ran toward the flat. Left all kind of running space there.
Kaufman rabbiting up the middle there. I forget who's who. I got to remember. 23 is Kaufman, and he is off the field. Christopher Dean coming back out for this one. And it's a spread it's a spread pro formation again, which Fort Worth is happy to match with the nickel. Run up the gut, met and matched. And I feel like that spread pro formation, whenever they run, it's actually to the defense's advantage because each linebacker is matched up one-on-one with one of those 2 backs.
Well, that time they went away from Luther Gaunt again, but his counterpart was there to make an opportunity.
2nd and 9, we see the tight end going in motion from right to left. 2 receivers on each side. Looks like blitz from Fort Worth, sending the pressure off the strong side. And that is an incredible reception over the middle. And there's no fear in Johan Sutherland. He knew that hit was coming, could see it all the way. Still comes down with that one.
It all started earlier in this drive when Washington started to find answers for these problems that Fort Worth is presenting them. They run the ball away from Luther Gaunt to set up the run, put themselves in 2nd, 3rd and short, and then it just opens up other things for this offense to take advantage of.
Trident's coaching staff on the sidelines using the longer drives that Fort Worth has been taking to really coach something up for the second quarter. Blitz coming. Oh, my goodness. The house was sent. But a little loft over the middle. Somehow Mihata comes down with that one as he falls to the ground.
Second play Tommy Utah's made. That was an impressive throw despite Fort Worth bringing 7.
Ice in his veins today. Maybe he's been skiing in the mountains of Utah. Who knows? 2nd and inches. Strong eye set against a stacked box. The house is coming, but it's not enough to stop Christopher Dean from getting that first down. Trident are threatening here. They're well within the red zone.
Keeping Fort Worth guessing. They don't know if it's run or pass at this point because they're having success doing both, Alex.
Tommy Utah throwing 2 passes on this drive, doubling his total on the day. He's now 3 and 4 so far for 40 yards. Sutherland in motion to the strong side, really loading that strong side with bodies. Handoff up the gut. Everyone guessing where it was going, and they guessed the wrong way. No one saw Kaufman up the middle, another 5-yard gain. And this is what Washington does to you with this running game.
And that time they ran at Luther Gahn, but he got pushed back about 3 yards off the line of scrimmage. Talk about getting in the weight room.
Absolutely one of those things where it's like, you got me last time, I'm getting you this time. This trench warfare is something to watch tonight. Run up the gut. Nowhere to go, nothing to do. Only 1 yard gained as Fort Worth responds. It's back and forth down there in the trenches.
3rd down and 4. This is a long drive for Washington. They do not want to come away from this settling for a field goal.
You really don't, but you just might have to, because the first down marker to gain is literally the 1 yard line. 3rd and 4. Mihata spreading out wide from being a tight end to being a receiver. It is a pass. The blitz is coming, and it gets to Tommy Utah.
Lucky to get up is Tommy Utah, because he got hit by a man. I'm not sure what he weighs, but I'm gonna guess it's about 300+ pounds, and he put all of his weight onto him, and Washington have to set up for a field goal.
6'5", 325, Jerry D. Gond obliterated Tommy Utah on that one. Thank you, Cameron Duty, for the greatest catchphrase that I've ever heard on a sack. The kick is up, it bends inwards, and that one's good.
Nonetheless, they do come away with points.
They do, but 13 plays, 70 yards. You really hate to come away with just 3, especially when that is not 3 that gives you the lead. Now you've got to kick off to Fort Worth, who's had a couple of long drives already. The drive they had that scored was this length. They have all 3 timeouts, and they've shown a proclivity to run. Kick is up. Toros will receive, and it will run up to the 26-27. No, with the tackle that was made and the extra effort, they'll get to the 29-yard line. Folks, simple question. Are y'all ready for this convention? Rooms are going fast for the 2025 convention, kicking off the league's 25th anniversary season, July 10th to the 13th. If you want to go, you need to book your stay now. Join SFL Nation at the rooftop pool of our host hotel, the Hyatt Regency. You can reserve your room now at the special group rate at simfl.net. It'll be a handoff up the gut, and it'll be a 5-yard gain for what seems much ado about nothing. Alexander on the carry. That one, fullback getting a touch.
He's only 5'8", but he's listed at 250 pounds. How did he get 250 in his 5'8" frame? I have no idea.
2nd and 5 here. Opportunity for a handoff to the right side, and that is an easy gain for Jet Zero, who rolls over and gets the first down marker. The clock is moving, and Fort Worth is churning.
Yeah, and hopefully for Fort Worth, if you're a Fort Worth fan, you can keep this clock running, because their defense was on the field in that last drive for 13 plays, so they need a break.
Handoff again up the middle. They are not getting a break, not with this kind of running room. All kinds of space for Jay-Z Bacon, who's happy.
Oh, no.
There's an injury.
Albert Begin, strong safety for Washington, free agent from Arizona, goes down. And if you are a Washington fan, you are holding your breath right now.
Especially when that means there's no other safety in the back to help Willie Bands. Next man up is going to be most likely a replacement level player. I think it's going to be Sam Gaines that's going to have to step in here.
Wow.
Wow, indeed. Hold our breath to see what happens. 1st and 10. Hacker playing as a tight end, going in motion, making himself a receiver. Fort Worth with 1 back in the backfield. They'll hand it off. Who gets met by TJ Harper as he gets to the line of scrimmage. 4 yards gained, but only because of the churning legs and determination at Jet Zero.
TJ Harper made the mistake of not lowering his body weight and getting his shoulder squid to the line of scrimmage, and that's why he got dragged for 4 yards.
The former Queen City Corsair putting his shoulder in that man's chest and driving backwards. I formation, running to the left side. 1 broken tackle. little bit more on the forward progress, chasing Bacon this time, getting it to 3rd and 1. Fort Worth's got to convert here, though, if they want to try and get some more points on the board.
If you're Fort Worth, do you hold this ball and let the clock hit the 2-minute warning?
Oh,
they aren't going to do that.
I would. I don't know why they're not. Fullback going in motion.
Cover 0.
The blitz is coming, and
Nowhere
it
to
hit
go.
home. Too much pressure from the Tridents, who find all kinds of riddled holes, and they stuff the Toros' attempts. Now Washington has the opportunity to get the ball back as the 2-minute warning hits.
Cover 0, nowhere to go. They got to see that and all of it and run to the weak side.
Two minutes left in the first half as the punt is up. A few seconds will dwindle as that one bounces out of bounds. We'll see where they spot it, but that's a pretty decent punt under the circumstances.
At the 19-yard line.
Now, 2-minute drill, all 3 timeouts. Washington has not been throwing the ball a whole lot today so far. You expect them to really start airing it out here, Eddie?
I do. I mean, they want to try to get the lead here at the half, considering they're on the road.
No, we'll elect to hand it off up the gut, try and keep the defense guessing. 8 yards gained. Must be wanting to drain some of this clock off first before they really start committing to the air in the timeouts. They're aware that if they have a series go bad, they might give the ball back.
Well, Tommy Utah saw the same thing I did, Alex. They pretty much split the line out there wide, and he just ran it right where they left from.
Talk about making it easy for him. Weak side overloaded. Run up the gut for Kaufman, who shuffles, strides, and gets across that first down line.
Dexter Jackson, if he does not make that tackle, they're still running the ball right now, and it would have been a foot race to the end zone.
Very real. The safeties are fast, but I know that Shane Kaufman has some quick feet of his own. Pro formation
Blitz.
threat. Blitz is coming, throwing to the right side. Easy spinning catch, going to the ground, and there's Washington's first timeout.
And now Fort Worth may be doubting themselves about their decision to hike the ball right before that 2-minute warning.
Definitely a moment that could come back to haunt them. You want to have as little clock on the menu as possible for your opponents to work with. They left some of that on the table. Washington looking to take advantage here with 3 receivers to the left and 1 to the right. Single back, matched up against dime. Forward looking to play man. Throwing to the right side.
Wide open.
Well, it's zap right there. It's actually a zone front, and it's picked apart to perfection.
Yeah, zone front with a cover 3 look, single safety high, and as long as the quarterback gets time, he's going to find his target every time.
And this O-line determined to give Tommy Utah all the time he needs.
Same defensive play.
Out there. 3 receivers against a nickel front. It'll be another pass. Utah looking, firing over the middle. Mihata up the seam. There's their final timeout, but they're on the 15-yard line.
Same defensive play they ran, back-to-back plays, and if you did not get pressure on a quarterback, they got to kill you vertically downfield.
This nickel front not generating a whole lot of pressure on the pass rush unless they're sending blitzes off that strong side looping. Haven't seen it yet. 3 receivers on the left side, 1 on the right, single back. Utah looking to throw, right side again. 3 Toros in the area looking for 1 lone white jersey of Terrell Cooper, but it falls to the turf.
I couldn't quite see it, but it looked like they just out of that same play again. But this time, Washington went toward the sidelines into the teeth of the defense.
Nickel front again. Same formation again. Deja vu, Eddie. I'm watching the same play again. We'll see if it's the same route tree. Looking out there left side this time. Intercepted! Fort Worth comes away with it. Snuffs out what would have been a chance for Washington to try and catch up. Make it a 1-point game, maybe even take the lead themselves. Instead, no.
I'm not sure how diverse Fort Worth's playbook this week is in nickel, but I was sweating this out of the same play 4 times in a row. And this time, again, for whatever reason, Tommy Utah did not attack the weakness of the defense, threw it right into the hands of the Fort Worth defender, and now Fort Worth looking to close this first half up with the lead.
Fort Worth with the lead. We'll see if they try to put some points on the board or just take us to the half. Single back, so we could see a run, we could see a pass. Trident looking at a 4-3, and it will be a run. Fort Worth Broadcasting, they just want to take it to halftime. The run goes nowhere.
Jay-Z Bacon again with a pulling guard out there with space, but chose not to follow him, and as a result, it's a 1-yard loss.
Man, what a game we've had so far of tight defensive contests. Both offenses getting some production here.
Look out.
Looking to throw. Oh, Mo almost intercepted. If he got his hands around it, that could have gone the other way. Albert McGinn back on the field, bobbles the ball.
Eric Price hit the panic button as Washington put pressure right in his lap. He was unable to make an educated decision, chose to throw the ball away, and he almost paid for it.
Very nearly gave the Trident a golden ticket to put points on the board once again. Instead, he's breathing a sigh of relief. 3rd and 11. Roll out to his right. Throwing over the middle. That's a complete first down made, and that's good enough to take us to the half.
Me being a defensive guy, I probably would have just ran the ball and hoped Washington did not call a timeout, but Fort Worth is lucky here to pick up the first down. They're going to go into the half with the lead.
There is your halftime. Score 7-3. Home team riding high, but not that high. 4 points is not enough. Eddie, what have you seen so far? What are you feeling? How are you feeling about this football game?
Well, this game is playing out exactly as both coaches said it would. I mean, they both came in with a similar game plan. They want to run the ball, control the clock, and keep the ball out of danger from these defenses who both have great secondaries. When you look at it, both quarterbacks have combined for 17 pass attempts. So they're being very judicious with their offense, how they choose to attack the field. But Washington seems to have found something. Once they got away from running the ball into the teeth of Jerry D. Gahn, they found some success running the football, which opened up the pass game. But on the opposite side, I think Washington, for them to win this game, they have to be more aggressive on the offensive gameplay and get some more passes downfield vertically.
There's your halftime play of the game as we go to your halftime breaks presented by Breaks GPT.
We just pulled a full-size Taylor Swift helmet. Shout out to all our Swifties. Travis Kelce. This is a giant Lawrence Taylor.
Patrick Mahomes.
Chad Johnson with the Ocho Cinco.
We have a Drew Brees.
Is that an O.J. Simpson jersey?
An Aaron Rodgers.
Oh my goodness.
Tom Brady. Tom Brady.
Break into the world of sports memorabilia collecting with Breaks GPT. Featuring signed football jerseys, helmets, photos, and more, Breaks GPT offers you the shot at winning autographed and authenticated sports memorabilia at a fraction of the price. Join the community of collectors on our Breaks GPT Facebook page and lock in your shot at hitting a humongous headliner on our site, breaksgpt.com. Turn here being made by Sutherland, who carries it across the 30. Spin move. He's on the space. He's got a window, but no touchdown saving tackle made. But they'll settle for a 39-yard return.
Great return, but I think he got slowed up by his own man. Might have been a case of friendly fire there. Let's get this on a replay. Yeah, just slowed a little bit by his own teammate, number 60 and number 82, who kind of got in his way. Otherwise, that may have been a kick six, as they call it.
Difference in ball carrier vision of a wide receiver and a running back, you might say, but all the same, the speed cannot be denied. From the 39-yard line, Washington with this second half adjustment. Let's see what Tommy Utah has for us, folks. He is under center, and he will be throwing to left side. Almost intercepted!
Should have been.
Near disaster strikes as it bounces harmlessly to the turf out of the hands of Adam Leach.
Yeah, that should have been picked off, and I'm not sure if he took his eyes off the ball for a moment to see where he was and see where the defense was, but, man, that's a golden opportunity right there he just missed.
So Adam Leach is a really big corner, 6'4", 210. That man could play on either side. Two receivers, one on either side, and a tight end on the left side. It'll be another pass for Utah, who rolls, throws up the seam. Mihata, connection, flag down. Let's see what they call.
I think it was thrown just as he caught it. Yeah, pass interference.
Pass interference on the defense. Washington will happily decline so they can get some forward progress down the field and give their quarterback those yards instead of taking them as penalty yards.
Exactly. As well as their receiver. He wants those yards too.
Indeed. Big bomb like that. Come on, give them the credit. Both teams coming into this half starting off with 166 in total offensive yards each. Washington now over 200 after that play. Utah looking to throw. Left side. Mihata again, but deflected. Looked like that was Dexter Jackson.
It was. Dexter Jackson over from Mexico City, his second season over here in Fort Worth, and they're glad to have him. But, man, another opportunity missed out on. And you can see Fort Worth's leadership on the sideline saying, come on, guys, we need those.
It's a big man in a black visor with bad intentions out there marauding on the weak side. I formation, 2 receivers on the right. Utah back to throw. All looking to the right. Sutherland gets absolutely plastered.
It's this tight end, Mahata, who was running a drag route across the middle and, for whatever reason, looked him off.
Sometimes you run some route trees that let the defense accidentally cover one guy with, or two guys with one body. Empty set here on 3rd and 10.
Man defense.
Die in front. Manned up. Let's see if they can find some space. Utah looking to the left, but it goes nowhere. Trying to get a quick route connection with King Alexander for the first time today, and there's a misfire.
Yeah, I think that Eric Price wants that one back because he let that ball go prematurely. If he allows his receiver to continue his route across the middle, it's going to be hard for that time for Aiden Davis to keep up with him.
Now from this range, a 48-yard kick for James Troll, who will put it up, and
right
it's looking good down Broadway, and it's a 1-point game. What a leg on that man.
And what a difference a play or two makes in every ball game, as now Washington finds themselves down only a point when a moment ago Leach and Dexter Jackson had a chance to make an impact on this game with turnovers.
James Troll now 24 of 25 on the season. That does not even tie his long on the season of 50 yards, though. This man is prolific and accurate. Boot is up. It will be returned. Cade Stevens taken out of the end zone across the 25, putting a little shifty move, but no more than that, just 2 yards extra. Fort Worth will take over from the 27.
Let's not forget the kickoff return they had there. They set the ball up at the 40-yard line, which made this field goal attempt possible. Now Fort Worth looking to strike back.
You're so right. The great kick return, and Washington can only muster 3 points off of it. This is twice now that you and I both feel like Washington has squandered some opportunities to really crack this game open. Fort Worth, having only scored once on a single touchdown, still with the lead, running to the left side, first drive of the second half. Brought down from behind is Jet Zero.
Washington has a lot of trust in their 2 corners because they continue to play this press coverage with cover zero look, bringing the house. You want to talk about putting trust in those corners, Mark Kaufman, Ryan Cook, John DeSantis and company. Look out.
Getting blitzed. Manages to shake one sack.
Oh, wow.
Get the strike delivered down the field to a man in space. How on earth did he even see Henry McGee?
I'm not sure because, again, both these quarterbacks are making great plays out here today. And this time, Eric Price made that one under serious duress.
This is perhaps one of the best quarterbacking games I have ever seen with this low of a score. Both of these defenses are exceptional, but these quarterbacks are also crazy. Corner blitz coming, hitting the man in the flat. That's the fullback. Oh, no, that's the tight end, Robert Garrett Jr., who can only
first catch. Robert Garrett Jr. used to be one of the better tight ends in the SFL, but these past few seasons, he's kind of gotten forgotten about, but which is not hard to do considering they have guys like Stephen Hacker on the team, but
still,
it's strange to see.
But still, how do you miss him? He's 6'7", run to the left side, absolutely nowhere to go, hung up on their own guard, and that's an easy wrap-up for McNeely.
Defensive end did a great job of pushing this man back and not leaving that play anywhere to go. 3rd down and long here for Fort Worth.
A big moment for Eric Price, who has a bunch to his right. Dime set from Washington, who's looking to send the blitz. The blitz is on. The throw is over the middle.
Wow.
All kinds of open space. There's the reception we were looking for the tight end. Robert Garrett Jr. waking up.
2 catches here on this drive. He came into this second half with 0 catches. Already, I guess you can say, doubled that up if there's such a thing, going from 0 to 2. But nonetheless, big third down conversion, because at some point, Fort Worth's playing great defense, but with Washington chipping away into this lead, their offense has got to give them some help.
Eric Price finally looking to respond here, waking up after a productive first drive and some questionable moments on the subsequent ones, having a great one. Blitz coming, throwing to his right side, almost intercepted. Oh, that was spicy.
Both these quarterbacks making some ill-advised decisions here. That time, Fort Worth, man, Ryan Cook almost took that one back the other way, and I didn't see anyone in front of him but big offensive linemen.
We got a couple of real gunslingers who are not afraid to look for those tight windows. High risk, high reward. 4 receivers sets. Tight end in the slot on the left side. Single back. Dime set. Price looking for the quick timing route, but too far in front.
I'm not sure if you're a big boxing fan, Alex and company, but
Yes.
the Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach rematch is just been set for June 21st in Las Vegas.
Oh my goodness, we're watching that, Eddie.
Of course we are.
I gotta. 3rd and 10 here. Bunch to the right. Price looking to convert once again. And he'll roll to the left side. Throwing right side. Almost intercepted. Too many dangerous throws. How many times is he gonna get away with it?
I'm not sure, but it's got to be frustrating as a coach when you continue to watch your defensive backs drop these golden opportunities with the ball hitting you in both hands.
And
If that's Quimby, he makes that catch.
confidence in Quimby, so noted, but instead it's the other man, the rookie not present on the scene. It will be punted away, and it's pretty coffin corner. It will be returned as well. All kinds of blue jerseys around there. So now Washington pinned inside their own 15.
On 15-yard line, so great job by the special teams unit for Fort Worth. But again, how long can this defense be expected to bail out their offense? 2 great defensive teams going at it.
And it's not something that you would expect just looking at the stats either. Both of these teams have scored points and given up points, but instead it's been a very tight-fisted narrative so far tonight. Run up the gut for Dean goes absolutely nowhere. Only 3 yards gained.
E.K. Vinson hits him and knocks him to the dirt. There was no chance whatsoever. Once he made contact, he went down.
That's a whole lot of bodies on the line for Washington. Looking to run. It is a run. Kaufman with some space. Only 3 yards gained. They're just a little behind schedule if they want to move these chains. I know you like to run the football. I know that's your game plan, but at some point you can't just keep broadcasting it. You got to let Tommy Utah sling a little bit.
Yeah, but if Fort Worth can get their defense off the field, they're going to get their offense pretty good field position.
3rd and 4 here. Utah will throw. Blitz is coming off the strong side. He
great
manages to
catch.
find his man around the linebacker.
King Alexander, with a man draped all over him, comes up with the catch. I'm not sure how EK did not pick that ball off. He watched it sail right by him.
EK had a decision to make. Play the man or play the ball. That time he decided to play the man. 1st and 10, I set. 2 receivers to the left. Utah will throw. Blitz coming, and he's obliterated in the backfield. Once again, that defensive end on the strong side coming home.
We've seen Washington run this play at least twice now, and both times he's had Mahada open across the middle of the field, but for whatever reason just keeps looking him off, and he was wide open.
Jerry D. Gond with one of the niftiest little bend outside to cut back inside to fake out the flat-footed tackle I've seen. 2nd and 16, 3 receivers. Mihata balancing it out. So 2 and 2. And Utah has to throw. Takes the flat route. Breaks one tackle, does Dean. Manages to pick up 8 yards on what would have been a 2-yard gain at best.
Yeah, Dean just bailed him out there because Fort Worth brought the blitz and forced him to get the ball out early. And had he not broken that tackle, that's like a third 13, 3rd and 17, but now it's 3rd and somewhat manageable.
Whenever this drive started, both teams were within 1 yard of each other. Washington once again pulling forward. These offenses are almost tit for tat, and the score tells it. First down throw for Phil Koss. What a tight window to fit it in. Is that his first catch of the game?
It is, and what a great time to get that first catch of the game. 3rd down and 8, and they convert.
That marks every single potential pass catcher for Washington as having gotten at least 1 reception tonight, not counting the backs. Great job by Tommy Utah and the coaches getting everyone involved. He will throw again here, looking to the right side. Oh, you can't hit him that early, folks. The flag is on the field.
I don't know about that one, ref. Come on, man. Let him play.
No, come on, Eddie. I know you're a defensive guy. I know I'm a wide receiver, but come on.
Let's look at this again.
Second early? No,
come on.
No.
Ref, what are we doing?
That hanky is valid. Hanky is valid.
I wholeheartedly disagree with that call.
Oh, I love calling games with you, Eddie. I love it so much. 1st and 10 here after the valid DPI call. Pro split spread against a nickel front again. Washington looking to run up the gut.
Okay.
And nowhere to go. Fort Worth has figured out that if it's not going to be a pass, it's going to be a run up the gut. So EK is basically just sitting in that A gap. 2nd and 7. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Single back. Blitz coming again off the strong side. Jerry D. Garland almost getting home, but Utah delivers a strike to King Alexander.
King Alexander with his 2nd catch of this drive with a defender in his lap. Fighting off the hand. Look at the hand fighting and just comes up, turns around, locates the football. That ball was in the air before he even turned around.
6'3", 240. He likes to get physical with it, and every single catch he's had to make today was contested and very physical. Run up the gut on 1st and 10. Dean sheds 1 tackle, gets some momentum, pushes forward. 8-yard gain, and we have a game update from Cameron Irvine. What do we got, Cam?
Thank you, Alex. Atlanta at Denver today. Denver was up 14-0, but they bring the blitz here, and Ryan Roosevelt beats them. The 2-point conversion attempt was intercepted. Denver leads Atlanta 14-12 late in the 2nd quarter. Back to you.
2nd and 2, run up the gut on the strong formation, or on the weak formation, and that's enough of a push to convert those chains. But we got a couple of close games in this block, huh, Eddie? I love this league.
We do, and I'm not sure if Jerry D. Gahn was anticipating to move to the outside, if he got pushed outside. We didn't get the best look at it there, but he's been manhandled since the 1st quarter.
He has, only seeing effect on the pass rush, with pass coming there, and somehow that is a dropped ball when Terrell Cooper had a whole bunch of jerseys around him, but nobody on him.
That was a missed opportunity there for the defense, in my opinion. But again, Jerry D. Gahn, since that 1st quarter, has not made an impact on this game. That time he was 1-on-1 and still couldn't make a play.
Outside of those sacks, yes.
Yeah.
2nd and 10 here. Looking to pass is Utah. Throws over the middle. Mihata is there.
And he's hurt.
Oh, no, he doesn't come down with it, and he's on the ground. Washington's only tight end now on the sidelines. I hope he's okay.
It's going to be ruled a catch, but, yeah, nonetheless, that's a big loss for Washington.
They will say it was a catch. You called that one right, Eddie. But that's a heartbreaker for this squad. They really do rely on him, not only because he's the only tight end, but because he's an incredibly talented one. Despite being 6'2", he is 280. He is another lineman out there. 3rd and 6. Spread formation. Utah to throw. Gone with the pressure. Bats it down. Again with the outside to inside moves.
Yeah.
And Utah gets shut down.
Shut down, and the receiver wasn't open anyway, so Fort Worth plays bend but don't break defense, but now they're going to find themselves behind the 8 ball should this field goal attempt go through.
Should it? Would it? Could it? Up it goes, and through it is. Washington takes the lead for the first time in the game with a 14-play, 72-yard drive and a nice little bender from Troll.
Yeah, they just continue to put these long drives together, methodical drives at that. variety of both run and pass. The receivers are helping the quarterback out with some very contested catches, and now they find themselves with the lead for the first time tonight.
Return here being made by Stevens, who gets it out to the 25, puts a move, breaks a tackle, gets bounced back after he gets as far as the 30. Now, big moment for Eric Price and company to respond. They're behind. How would you try to take the lead here, Eddie?
I spoke about it at halftime. I think Fort Worth needs to be a bit more aggressive in terms of their passing game. I'm not telling you to abandon the run, but I think for them to have some success, they got to challenge these cornerbacks vertically.
Despite a very nice start to the day for Eric Price, he's now 4 of his last 10, 8 of 14 on the day. See if he can right his mentality here after 3 straight incompletions. 1st and 10 with 2 receivers. 3 receivers if you count that tight end as a halfback. But it's a run to the left side that goes nowhere. Too many Tridents at the line of scrimmage. That bare front eats 0 alive.
Ran into the teeth of the defense, and Eric Price needs to recognize that, audible out of it.
Now with even further back and a longer way to go, another bare front from Washington expecting a run. Price will pass, hits his man in space, breaks a tackle, spins out, and there's a 1st down gain.
Henry McGee's having himself a great ball game, and that time they caught Washington. They blitzed, and they ran it right where the blitz came from. Wide open, easy 1st down.
Now with a fresh set of downs, Price under center, looking at a 4-3 front from Washington, who's respecting the pass now, but really loading that weak side of the field with bodies.
Cover zero
again. Then the blitz is on, but the run is there. But TJ Harper is the man who seals the deal. Once again, 44 and 99, the double duo doing work in the middle.
TJ Harper having himself a great afternoon. That's his 9th tackle on the day.
Not even in the 4th quarter, and he could hit double digits. 2nd and 8 here. 2 receivers to the left. But now they'll send one in motion to put 2 receivers on the right. Fort Worth really trying to get a sense on what Washington's front is looking like. And it's a blitz coming, a pass, one man to beat. What a play by Hacker.
Both these quarterbacks continue to live on the edge, but they have a lot of trust in Stephen Hacker, who is always talking retirement, but continues to find himself back in a Fort Worth jersey. And this afternoon, boy, could they use him.
Season after season, he's been a loyal man to the brand in the 88, and they have needed him time and time again. He's coming in clutch. Now almost to the 30-yard line, operating from the 33. Price looking to throw, looking over the middle, finds the tight end once again for a quick 7-yard.
Watching Fort Worth's offense this afternoon reminds me a lot of the Baltimore Vultures. They have a lot of 90 plays in their offense, looking to get the ball out quick out of their quarterback's hands.
I front here against a bear formation. Everyone in the stadium looking for a run. And it will be a run.
Wow.
But there's space there, and there's a man missed. What an effort by Jet Zero.
What an effort by inside linebacker Nicholas Warner. He anticipated that, but was just a fraction of a second late getting there.
It's a game of inches, a game of quick twitch, and that is the difference when you don't have the quickest twitch. As the 3rd quarter comes to a close, get your 4s up in chat, folks. This one's a nail biter and coming down the wire.
Nail biter indeed. Not an empty seat in the house. Every seat is filled.
The stockyards bursting to capacity as we are a 2-point ball game. Fort Worth looking to try and get the lead back as we come to a close. Cade Stevens in motion, going from wide receiver to halfback. It'll be a play to the fullback who goes up the middle. 6-yard gain. Nobody saw that coming, not even me. Aaron Alexander with the 6 yards.
I was a little perplexed as to why to put him back there, put him behind the fullback, knowing the intention is to give the fullback the ball. But it worked for him.
The clever misdirection not going to make a difference here. Bare front against a goal line almost. Big violence in the trenches. It's a run. Jet Zero gets met in the backfield. Look who it is.
And Nicholas Warner again, he was not going to be denied that time. He was looking to make up for a lost opportunity a couple plays ago. Third down and 5.
Warner doing the truffle shuffle in response to that TFL. Happy as can be. 3rd and 5, I formation. 2 receivers to the right. Will they run or throw? Price throws over the middle. Hacker breaks the tackle, looking to surge forward. Touchdown, Fort Worth. The Toros have the lead.
But did he get in? It's a great play nonetheless. Stephen Hacker answered the bell this drive, and he saw his offense hasn't scored since early in the first quarter. Decided to take matters into his own hands on this drive. He's been involved heavily on this drive, coming up with yet another catch. I think he's going to be ruled short there, but nonetheless, Stephen Hacker, give that man his flowers.
Give that man an entire bouquet with how he's performed so far today.
Not going to be challenged.
Red hanky?
No.
No red hanky. The Toros on parade, and the home crowd are rejoicing in the aisles. Extra point is good, and Fort Worth breathes a sigh of relief.
Number 88, getting some love in the SFL chat.
Folks, we want the SFL to reach more people. Do you? The best way to do that is to smash that like button, leave a comment on the video, subscribe to the channel. You can help us reach all the people who need more football in their lives. Thank you for your support of the Virtual Football Network. To that touchback, Washington taking over from the 20. Pressure back on Tommy Utah's squad. We will see how they elect to respond. I'm thinking it's going to be a ground game with the occasional pass over the top. They want more time off this clock. But no, Utah looking to pass instead. Throwing over the middle. That's a clean reception for Johan Sutherland in space. First down, Trident.
Great pass protection by the Washington Trident offensive line. They've got 6 of them, more than any other team in the SFL. And that time, on this particular play, they show you why Washington's front office went out and invested in them.
And it's one of those things that you really can do some creative things with some jumbo sets. Maybe replace the occasional tight end with an extra body, or just have one lineman that can rotate in to fill exhausted bodies out there. A lot of versatility there. Split formation. Kaufman with the carry gets brought down after only a yard. Jackson wrapping inside.
Dexter Jackson is one intimidating looking figure. He has that dark visor on. You can't see his emotions. And when he's running towards you, you can tell he has bad intentions.
Looks like he also has maybe a little bit of flak jacket or a neck roll there. He's just got the biggest shoulders of any linebacker in the SFL. Either case, throwing to the weak side. Oh my goodness. Someone check on Julian Gustus.
Do not tell Tavius Gordon he's a cornerback, because he just went out there and laid the wood on his target.
Man is happy to lay a hit or grab a ball from the air with the greatest of ease. Multi-talented indeed. 3rd and 7 for Tridents. Price rolls to his right, throws, finds his man in space, breaks a tackle, and now they're across midfield. Cooper with the huge catch in a clutch moment.
Man-to-man defense. All you need is time from the quarterback. They buy him time by rolling him out. They roll him towards Cooper's side of the field, who runs like a shallow drag route, but like a 7 route, I guess you could say. Finds himself open. First down, Trident.
And folks, both of these teams have been in 3 one-score games. Washington has won all 3. Fort Worth has lost all 3. This game has been a one-score game all game long. What a contest we've been in for. 2nd and 9 after that run goes nowhere, but we'll see Utah adjust on this next play. I am sure of it. I front, Dean in the backfield, both receivers on the left side of the formation. Blitz coming from Fort Worth. Utah rolling, looking at time, so much time. He takes off and runs, spins to try and dodge the defensive end, slides, but he's short.
I don't mind a slide there. Protect your quarterback.
It's the smart move, but how on earth do you give a quarterback that much time to work with?
Offensive line. We talked about it.
Strong. 6 offensive line against 3 defensive line. The numbers don't lie. Run up the gut for Dean, who breaks one tackle and throws a shoulder forward to rumble to the red zone. First and 10.
Washington's offense in this second half is just establishing dominance up front. I mean, look at this. They are just starting to wear down this Fort Worth defense. It seems like every drive they have, it's 10+ plays.
And it's that creativity of getting everyone involved, the multiple looks, the different plays out of some looks they've introduced since the half. Fort Worth is guessing. A run up the gut here out of a split back, but it's a 6-yard gain because Kaufman bends that one inside the A-gap perfectly.
And you can see the updated numbers there.
Goodness, both of these teams getting averaging over 5 yards per play. From the 16-yard line, Utah needs 4 yards to get a fresh set. Sending the fullback out wide. And it will be a run up the gut. No lead blocker for Chris Dean, who can only get 2 under the circumstances.
They had to respect the fullback going out there, lining up wide. They matched him up with a corner out up top, but Fort Worth was anticipating run the entire time. Although we did see Nashville's Jay Bomber catch a touchdown today in the end zone.
Fort Worth stacking the box here against a goal front. All kinds of bodies at the line of scrimmage. Dean breaks a tackle, breaks another one. He gets forward progress. 1st and goal.
And that's what Christopher Dean does. He's not, like I said earlier, he's not lightning quickness and, breakaway speed, but he just wears you down methodically as the game goes on with those bruising hits.
6'3", 260. No wonder he's a big body. Utah rolling to the right. Pressure is there, but he somehow hits his man in space. Kaufman, with the dig route, manages to come to the ground with it.
This Washington offense is showing a lot of creativity out here today. I was anticipating some other routes, but they seem to ditch a lot of those things and just going with other things, and it just probably kept Fort Worth off guard.
Trench warfare, hands on the ground. It's a run up the gut. Dean gets stuffed. Leach is there, but he didn't stop him very far away. It's about a yard, maybe?
Leach is a cornerback, and he lowered his shoulder and kept him out of the end zone, but he's going to field that one tomorrow.
Get an ice pack on it, man. You got to get back out there and do it again, maybe. 3rd and goal from the half. But no! The play is there! Oh, what?
They give him a touchdown!
They give Christopher D the touchdown. Shocks and boos rain down from the stadiums. The rafters are angry, and we'll see if the flag comes out in response.
Are we in Fort Worth? Are we in Washington? Because that was not a touchdown. They ruled it that way anyway, but Fort Worth has thrown a challenge flag.
You know what? This isn't hometown cooking. This is a ref squad that hates barbecue. That's what it is. We got a retroactive look at this one. Let's see what happens under the hood. Get your console to play SFL on the go at GoRetroid.com. I need the sideline cam. We're not getting it. The ref got it, but we're not getting it.
It's overturned.
Oh, my goodness. Fort Worth retains, and it's 4th down.
Washington, now, what do you do as a coach, Alex? Do you go for it on 4th down?
You have to. From here, you have to. You're on the quarter-yard line. A field goal brings you within.
They're gonna kick it.
I understand. A field goal makes it a 2-point game, and you can kick another field goal to take the lead.
This reminds me of the Arizona Vancouver game several weeks ago when Vancouver got stopped on 3rd and inches and led it to kick it and never got the ball back. But let's see, does Washington go with the onside here with under 4 minutes left, or do they kick it deep? They got to kick it deep.
They will.
I like the call.
I agree. Folks, you're watching Simulation Football League action here on the Virtual Football Network. This week on VFN will feature the SFL today and tomorrow, the final week of the SFL regular season on Wednesday, and the UFL on Thursday and Friday. It's another week of nonstop action right here on the Virtual Football Network. Forward taking over on the 31, and I expect a whole lot of run.
I do. We just got an update from SFL headquarters that Denver, who led that game versus Atlanta 14-0 at the end of 1, now finds themselves down 15-14 here in the 3rd quarter.
Fort Worth faithful on their feet, looking to will that offensive line to push like the trolley car that their mascot is based on. If you can't tell, folks, yes, this is my hometown, and I'm glad to be
pass
back.
the ball.
Blitz is coming, throwing left side, a near disaster. There is a Washington Trident player in the vicinity. John DeSantis had two choices to make. The former Dragon lowers the shoulder.
I thought they would run the ball in that play. They had the Atlanta defense, the Washington defense spread out, and they had a 4-yard gain written all over it, but they elected to pass and stop the clock for Washington.
I front against a 4-3. Both receivers on the strong side. Price will roll to the right. Throws.
Wide open.
Face. All kinds of time. All kinds of room for Henry McGee, who found the soft spot in the zone.
Henry McGee is having himself a game here this afternoon. Every time he needed a big catch, if it wasn't Stephen Hacker, it's been Henry McGee. This time he finds a soft spot in the zone, picks up a big first down, and flips the field for this Fort Worth offense.
You looking where Eric Price is hitting his targets. Nothing on the right side. Everything over the middle or to the left. 1st and 10 here. And they'll send another body away from that right side. Only guy that's over there is Hacker, who's currently pretending to be a tight end. Run to the right to where Hacker is standing. Hacker throws the block. Bacon hits the edge, but can only get 3.
That wasn't the block of the year for Stephen Hacker, but he got the job done and was able to pinch his man down inside. But he got knocked down, but nonetheless, he gets an A for effort.
Wide receiver against
left.
Linebacker, you take those every time. 2nd and 7, I set. Only one receiver, he's out to the right. It will be a pass for Price, who throws left, finds a tight end in the flat. Jennings with his first reception of the day. You hit that right on the head, Eddie.
Yeah, I got himself a 3rd down and 2. Fort Worth and Washington. This is a big down for both teams.
3rd down and 2. This could decide the game. The play clock is ticking down, and it's within 2 seconds of the game clock. It'll be a run to the left side for Zero, who gets the first down marker, and Washington hates to see that. That's a fresh set of downs, but at least they don't have to spend a timeout to stop this clock.
2-minute warning
for him.
Why break the huddle?
Well, you just want to get a look at it. There's your 2-minute warning called for. Getting inside their heads, maybe a little gamesmanship. Fort Worth looking to close the show out at home and give the fans something to cheer about. They're tired of being 500. They want to go up above it. They want to prove they're better than this. Trident with a bare front. Lots of hands on the ground. We got a trench warfare coming up. Let's see the car crash. Jet Zero gets hammered in the middle by TJ Harper after a yard.
TJ Harper is having himself a game. Him along with Nicholas Warner combined for 18 tackles and 3 tackles for losses.
And they are happy to go get some more. With that timeout stopping the clock, 2 timeouts left for Washington. Fort Worth looking to drain what clock they can and force Washington into a no-win situation. Run up to the right side. Jet Zero gets some room. A cornerback is there, but that's so many more yards gained. 6, in fact. 2nd timeout for Washington, and they've got to force a stop on 3rd and 3.
That's the first time today we've seen the tailback actually follow the pulling guard and do what he's supposed to do, and he picked up 4. 3rd down and 2. Big 3rd down for both teams.
The tension is so thick you could cut it with a knife. I see someone turning blue from holding their breath. 3rd and 3. It's a run up the gut, and a Jet Zero gets the first down. That might just do it. Washington calls their last timeout, and that might be the end.
That will be the end, and I'm surprised they didn't come out in a bare defense on that play because they were anticipating run, but unfortunately with that 4-3 look was unable to put a stop to it.
Toros finally getting one over against the Trident. This matchup has been fraught with difficulty at times for the Trident, and they are now still 0-3 in this particular matchup, as that is your first new.
You spoke on it earlier. This is the first win that the Toros get decided by a score or less, and Washington's first loss in that same situation.
If that particular stat had been flipped, these records would have been flipped, and 1-score games are some of the flukiest in the league, and you see the results here. Folks, week 11 of the SFL season 24 continues tomorrow with a Monday night spectacular doubleheader. We'll start in Houston with the Headhunters and Dragons, followed by Lexington and Mexico City in the nightcap. The action starts with Cam and Mike on SFL this week, recapping today's games at 7:15 p.m. Eastern, all right here on the Virtual Football Network.
Hey, Alex, as this game wraps up, how many likes do we have on this broadcast?
Buddy, it's not enough. It's never enough.
It's never enough. I don't care if everyone hit the like button. It's still not enough. Go tell your friend. Go tell an aunt. Go tell your athletes who play football across the country about the SFL and support the brand.
I'm telling you, folks, it's never been a better time to get into the SFLM. I would know I'm working to make it better every week.
That's right.
Not to tout my own product for a second, but I am the SFLM commissioner, and I do want people to have a good time there. So please recommend your friends and family and give me some feedback. We're looking to make it better every single season. Even as season 10 wraps up and comes to a close, we're looking better for the second half of the season in season 11. And as the clock winds down to 0, there is your final. Fort Worth on top, advancing to 5-4, stunning the Trident, who are now fall to 7-2, 14-12. Eddie, give me your thought.
Great contest, as Cam said in the booth. This game lived up to the billing. I knew it was going to be a close defensive-minded contest. It turned out to be just that way. You can't fault either team, including Washington. They came in with a great game plan of controlling the clock and dominating the line of scrimmage. They did just that after some early first-quarter hiccups. They found out how to contain Jerry Degon, got the offense clicking, but unfortunately for them, they found out just a hair too late. Was unable to get Fort Worth's offense off the field when they needed it most. And Fort Worth picks up a big win to improve to 5-4. Washington, on the other hand, falls to 7-2, but their destiny is still in their own hands. They're now tied, I believe, with Vancouver. Vancouver does have the head-to-head win over them, so they need some help there to win the divisions as the season winds down for them. But again, congrats to Washington on a great comeback season.
Amen to that. Closing thoughts. Do you have a player of the game to give us?
Player of the game, wow, that's a big one. I don't know. It's tough. I mean, I kind of want to go with Eric Price for making some big throws down the stretch in the fourth quarter when they needed to most, but that was more of a team effort in my opinion. Hard to declare the winner.
I'll take Dexter Jackson myself. Washington with 5 red zone trips and 0 touchdowns, and he and E.K. Vincent were both there time and time again to stuff that run. Folks, that's all we've got for you. Thanks again for being with us, and we've got some more great football action for you coming up next on the Virtual Football Network. I've been Alex West. Eddie Gage has been with me in the booth. Cameron Irvine, the producer, pushing the buttons, and the brilliant Stephen Hacker on stats. Thank you all, and have a great night.
Thanks for coming. Drive home safely. We out here, y'all. Peace.